Hi, this is Born in 62. I'm Henrik Hughes. Today we are going to talk about the muscles on the forearm, on top of the forearm. We have two different groups here that have two different, very distinct functions. We have the extensors that lies here and curls the wrist up like this. The back of your hand comes up like this. And we have the flexors of the elbow. We have three muscle groups here. We have the biceps, the brachialis that lies beneath the biceps, and the brachiroadialis that lies here and helps flexing the arm. I have shown you the reverse curl before, where you simply curl up with your hands in this pronated position, and that really engages the brachiroadialis up here. But we can take this movement and add a little twist to it. We can curl at the same time our hand up like this. You can say it's a reverse wrist curl really. So the extensors also engage. Now, there's of course a problem with that, because every time we use free weights like dumbbells or barbells, the line of gravity is always directly down. And if you imagine your hand is down like here, you can only apply any kind of resistance to this wrist curl in this part of the movement, whereas if your hand was lying horizontal, you could actually start the curl before, so you're missing some part of the movement. On the other hand, you get these two muscle groups to work together. So the key to getting this to work is to start with a wrist curl and then curl up in the elbow like this. Otherwise, if you curled up with bending your elbow first and then did this last, it wouldn't amount to much because there's no resistance on top of the movement. In order to manipulate this line of gravity, we can also use a preacher bench, because by using a preacher bench we kind of angle the arm forward and thereby give ourselves a little more pressure or gravity on the forearm extensors. So I'll show it. It's probably easier than explaining it in words. I have this preacher bench here, and I take a rather narrow grip on the bar and sit down like this. And I come down here, and you can see here I can actually curl my hands a lot better because I'm using the preacher bench. So by using a preacher bench, we can add a lot of resistance to our forearms and train the extensors of the hands and the flexors of the elbow at the same time. As you can tell, I'm not using very much weight for this exercise. The preacher bench has another function. It makes it very hard for you to cheat the exercise. You cannot rock back and forth and use body angles to move the bar. It becomes a very strict exercise, and therefore you have to properly reduce the weight you normally would use for a reverse curl. That was all for today. See you next week. Bye.